Dear students, I welcome you all on this YouTube channel. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss the methods to find the equivalent resistance or equivalent impedance of any electrical network. So let us see, this approach will be helpful and useful in first Thevenin's theorem, second Norton's theorem, third one is maximum power transfer theorem, fourth one is transients. So today I'll take the different types of electrical networks and I write the methods, that means steps to find the equivalent resistance or equivalent impedance of the circuit. Once you know how to find the resistance or impedance of any network, then you can apply this tool in Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem and transients, where you will have to find the time constant. Clear? So let's start. Let us see how many types of circuits are possible. Let us see types of networks possible. So there will be four types of network possible. There will be four possible types of networks. So let us see. Case independent source, next is dependent source, the first case will be, you will have a network in which there won't be any independent source, there won't be any dependent source. Clear? That means the network will have only resistor, inductor and capacitor. Second case is, you will have one independent source and there will not be any dependent source. Third case is there will be independent source as well as dependent source. And fourth case is there will be only dependent source. There will be only dependent source present in the network. So we have to discuss all the four cases. We'll write the methods to find the equivalent resistance or impedance. So let's start with first case, that means the network without any sources. Network without any sources. Let's discuss case 1. Case 1, network without any sources. Network without any sources. So let us see how to find the equivalent resistance. To find the equivalent resistance, there are different steps. So step 1, note the step 1, identify the terminal through which resistance or impedance is seen. That means in the first step you will have to identify the terminal. That means in the network there are many pairs of terminals. So in the question it will be given that you have to find the equivalent resistance seen from this pair of terminal. So you will have to identify the pair of terminal through which the resistance is to be seen. Second one is find equivalent resistance by circuit analysis. Find the equivalent resistance by circuit analysis. So next, let us discuss some problems on this so that this concept will be clear to you. Let us discuss some problem. So let us take first circuit. The terminal is AB. You have to find the equivalent resistance seen from this terminal AB. Equivalent resistance seen from this terminal A and B. This is 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, and this is also 1 ohm. So let us see how to find the equivalent resistance. How will you find? You have to find through this terminal. So you will have to start from the last terminal. You see that these two resistances are connected in series. These two resistances are connected in series. So what will happen? The equivalent resistance will be 2 ohm. Its equivalent resistance will be 2 ohm. Now you see 1 ohm and 2 ohm are connected in parallel. 1 ohm and 2 ohm are connected in parallel. So its equivalent resistance will be how much? 2 into 1 divided by 2 plus 1. That means 2 by 3. Its equivalent resistance will be 2 by 3. Its equivalent resistance will be 2 by 3. Next, 2 by 3 and 1 ohm are connected in series. So these two resistance will be added. So here its value will be 1 plus 2 by 3. 1 plus 2 by 3. That means it will be equal to 5 by 3 ohm. It will be equal to 5 by 3 ohm. Next you see that 5 by 3 ohm and 1 ohm are connected in parallel. So when these two are connected in parallel, again its equivalent will be 1 into 5 by 3, that means R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2, that means 1 plus 5 by 3. So it will be equal to 5 divided by 8. It will be equal to 5 divided by 8 ohm. So this resistance is 5 by 8 ohm. Next, come to the final result. Here you see that 1 ohm and 5 by 8 ohm are connected in series. So its answer will be 1 plus 5 by 8. That means 13 by 8 ohm is the value of RAB. That means the resistance seen from the terminal A and B. Resistance seen from the terminal A and B. Clear? Let us discuss another question on the same concept. See this circuit. One ohm, 2 ohm, 5 ohm, 2 ohm, 4, it is 10, it is 10. You have to find R in. So let us see how to find. See, this circuit is a bit complex. Now what you will have to do? Look at this circuit carefully. You can see that this is a star connection. So now anyhow if you manage to replace the star by delta network, then you can easily find the answer. So how will you replace this star by delta? You will put one resistance here, you will put another resistance here, and you will put another resistance will be here. there will be the three resistors. Suppose this is R1, this is R2, this is R3. So let us find the values of R1, R2 and R3. Let us find the values of R1, R2 and R3. Remember, you are converting a star to delta. That means sum of product. Trick is sum of product. So sum of product means, let us calculate sum of product. It will be equal to, there are three combinations, 2 into 4 plus 4 into 2 plus 2 into 2. So here it will be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4. That means 20. So SOP is 20. SOP is 20. So what will be the value of R1? SOP divided by one resistance. Which resistance? This one. Because 2 and 4 ohm are already connected with R1. So we will divide by 2. That means 20 by 2. That means 10 ohm. 20 by 2 means 10 ohm. So R1 is equal to 10 ohm. Similarly, when you calculate R3, it will be SOP divided by, for R3 again it will be divided by 2. That means 10 ohm. And next is R2. R2 is SOP divided by 4. SOP divided by 4, because here you can see the branch. SOP divided by 4, that means 5 ohm. That means 5 ohm. That means it is 5 ohm. So when we redraw the circuit will be like this one. This resistance, this one. Now here it will be delta connection instead of star connection. Here it will be delta connection. Delta connection means this resistance is connected like this one. So we can also connect like this one. Here we can connect like this one. And here we are having one more resistance like this one. 1 ohm. This is 5 ohm. This is 10. This is also 10. This is also 10. Now you see other resistances. R1 is 10 ohm. R3 is 10 ohm. And this one R2. R2 is your 5 ohm. So now you can see how the network has been reduced. Next what will happen? You see, these two branches are in parallel. These two branches are in parallel. These two branches are in parallel. It means it will be equal to 1. There will be total 3 resistance. 1 ohm. It will become 2.5. It will become 5. It will become 5. This will be the R in. This will be the value of R in. Clear? Now this 5 will become 10. This 5 and 5 will become 10. This 5 and 5 will become 10. This 5 and 5 will become 10. Now this 10 and 2.5 are in parallel. 10 and 2.5 are in parallel. That means you can write it 5 by 2. You can write it 5 by 2. Here it will be 10 into 5 by 2 divided by 10 plus 5 by 2. So here it will be, at the numerator it will be 50. At denominator it will be 25. It will be 25. So it will be 2 ohm. It will be 2 ohm. It will be 2 ohm. That means you can replace by a single resistor. It is 2 ohm. So now what will be the final resistance? R in will be equal to 3 ohm. R in will be equal to 3 ohm. R in will be equal to 3 ohm. Clear? Next come to second case. That means now in the circuit there will be an independent source. There will be one or more than one independent source present in the circuit. Case 2, the circuit having independent source. Circuit with independent sources. So let us write the steps. Step 1. Step 1 is deactivate all the independent sources. Deactivate all the independent sources. If independent sources are present in the circuit, you will have to deactivate the independent sources. That means voltage source, if you are having voltage source, then it will be replaced by short circuit. It will be replaced by short circuit. And if you are having current source, it will be replaced by open circuit. It will be replaced by open circuit. Clear? Second step. Next you have to identify the terminal through which resistance is seen. Step 3. Find R equivalent by circuit analysis. Find R equivalent by circuit analysis. That means if a network is given to you and you see that in the network there are independent sources. So there can be one independent source or there can be more than one independent source. But yes, there won't be any dependent source. Then what you have to do? You have to follow all these 3 steps. You will have to follow all these 3 steps. So next, let us discuss some problems based on this type of circuit. Suppose A, B, you have to find R, A, B. It is given 2 ampere, 5 volt, 2 ohm, 2 ohm. Here it is 2 ohm, here it is 2 ohm. You have to find R, A, B. So what will you do? Come to the solution. What will you do? First step is we have to deactivate the sources. So let us redraw the circuit. 2 ohm, this is 2 ohm. Now deactivate. This is independent source. Will deactivate, that means replaced by short circuit. Next, you are having a current source. Current source means what? It will be replaced by open circuit, and then you are having 2 ohm resistor. Here it is 2 ohm and 2 ohm. Now you have to write RAB. How will you write RAB? See here carefully. Here you see that RAB, you are looking through this terminal. 2 ohm resistance, 2 ohm resistance. These two are connected in series. So when these two are connected in series, you can replace it by single resistor. 4 ohm. Now what you see? You will see that this resistance will not come into the role, because here you see that this resistance is 0. This resistance is short circuit path, the resistance is 0. That means if you are placing any battery, the current is flowing through this short circuit path only. Resistance means what? What is the meaning of resistance? Resistance means if you are placing a battery and a current is flowing through this one, then the resistance observed by this voltage source is called equivalent resistance. Now what will happen? When the current starts flowing, the current IA starts flowing, it will come here. After that, it will directly come through this one, because it is having a short circuit path. The current is not flowing through this one. So this will not come into the picture. So your RAB will be equal to how much? It will be equal to simply 4 ohm. RAB will be simply equal to 4 ohm. Clear? RAB will be simply equal to 4 ohm. Clear? Next in the same question, see, in the same question, if suppose this has been removed, now you are having a voltage source here. You are having a voltage source here. Then what will be the value of equivalent resistance? What will be the value of equivalent resistance? Again here you see, you will deactivate 2 ohm, 2 ohm. This will be deactivated. This will be deactivated. Here it is A, B. Now what will happen? If you place a battery, the current will be flowing through this one. So this part will not come into the picture. So RAB will be equal to 0. RAB will be equal to 0 ohm. RAB will be equal to 0 ohm. Clear? Come to third case. Now see one more problem in this circuit. See one more problem in this circuit. Suppose there is a current source present in the circuit. Suppose there is a current source placed in the circuit like this. Next you have to find RAB. Again, redraw the circuit, deactivate all the sources. Clear? Now this is current source, so you will have to deactivate current source. Once you have deactivated the current source, here the resistance is what? Infinity. The resistance is infinity. So RAB will become equal to infinity. RAB will become equal to infinity. RAB will become equal to infinity. It will become equal to infinity. Clear? I hope it is clear now. Next, let us discuss case 3. Case 3, both independent and dependent sources are present. Both independent and dependent sources are present. Both independent and dependent sources are present. So let us see how to solve. Let us see how to solve if independent and dependent both type of sources are present in the network. Step 1. Step 1. First step is deactivate all the independent sources. Deactivate all the independent sources. If there is any independent source in the circuits, you will have to deactivate all the independent sources. But you are not going to do anything with dependent source, because I have already explained you can never deactivate dependent source. Clear? Step 2. Step 2. Step 2. Step 2. Connect a battery of V volt across the terminal through which resistance is seen. Now you have to take a V volt battery. You will have to take V volt battery and you will connect across the open circuit terminal. That means the terminal through which you have to measure resistance. You will connect a V volt battery. Next, and the current coming out from the battery will be I. Next, step 3, by circuit analysis. By circuit analysis, Z equivalent will be equal to V divided by I. That will be your answer. By circuit analysis, Z equivalent will be equal to V by I. So this will be your answer. Let us see. First, we'll deactivate all the independent sources. Then we'll connect battery of V volt across the terminal through which resistance is to be seen. It is also seen that we'll have to place the battery like this one. Suppose this is the open circuit terminal. So we'll connect a battery like this one, V volt battery, and a current I will be coming out from this battery. Now the third step, by circuit analysis, we'll write Z equivalent will be equal to V divided by I. That means we have to find the relation between V and I. Clear? So next, let us discuss some questions on this topic. Let us discuss some questions on this topic. See the first question. First question is, see the terminals are X, Y. This is 2 ampere current source. This is 2 ohm. This is 1 ohm. The current entering is I. Here it is 1 ohm. Here it is 1 ohm. Here it is 2I. Here it is 2I. You have to find RXY. You have to find RXY. You have to find RXY. So how to do this type of question? First step is we have to deactivate the independent source. See, this is the dependent source, so you are not going to do anything with this one. This is safe. You will deactivate this dependent source. You will deactivate this independent source. So here current source will be replaced by open circuit. Current source has been replaced by open circuit. So once the current source has been replaced by open circuits, now you can see one thing. Once you remove the current source, then initially the current flowing through this path was I. So now this current will be changed. Now this will become I dash. This will become I dash. So this current will also become I dash. And now you have to place a battery. Another step is you have to place a V volt battery. Current delivered by this battery is I. Current delivered by this battery is I. Now you have to find V by I. So how to find? Next, if you are having a dependent source, then the first step is look at the magnitude of dependent source, identify the branch on which the magnitude depends, apply Ohm's law in this branch. So how will you apply Ohm's law? See, this is the ground terminal potential 0 volt. Here the V volt of battery is connected across this terminal. Here the potential will be V volt. Come to this one. Here also the potential will be V volt because the wires are sorted. The wires are sorted. That means here also the potential will be V volt. If here potential is V, here potential is 0. So what will happen? I dash will be equal to V minus 0 divided by 1. That means V. I dash is equal to V. I dash is equal to V. Next, what will happen? These three nodes are common node. These three nodes are common node. So apply KCL. Apply Kirchhoff's current law at this node. See, let us assume this current is coming out. This is also coming out. This current is coming out from here, and this is the incoming current. This is the incoming current. So you write here the current coming out from this one will be V minus 2I dash divided by 1. V minus 2I dash divided by 1 plus second one is V minus 0 by 1 plus V minus 0 by 1, V minus 0 by 1 plus third one is V minus 0 divided by 2, V minus 0 divided by 2, V minus 0 divided by 2 minus I will be equal to 0, minus I will be equal to 0. From here what will happen? You will write V minus 2I dash plus V plus V by 2 minus I will be equal to 0. Next, I dash is equal to V. So here we will write V minus 2V plus V plus V by 2 minus I will be equal to 0. If you solve this equation, this part will be cancelled out. So here it will be V by 2 minus I equal to 0. That means V by 2 is equal to I. That means Z equivalent will be equal to V by I and it will be equal to 2 ohm. Z equivalent will be equal to V by I and it will be equal to 2 ohm. It will be equal to 2 ohm. Z equivalent will be equal to 2 ohm. Clear? Clear? So this is the answer of this question. This is the answer of this question. So you can see that how beautifully the questions are being solved. Let us discuss one more question. Here it is 0.5 I1. This current is given I1. You have to find RAB. You have to find RAB. Come to the solution. You have to find RAB. Come to the solution. How will you solve this question? See, first step is we have to deactivate all the independent sources. There is one independent source. If you deactivate this independent source, this current will become equal to 0.5 I1 dash. Next, this is 5 ohm. This voltage source will be deactivated. This is 5 ohm, 5 ohm. Next is your AB. Clear? So now what happens? Here is the current I1 dash. Now what do you see? You see one thing. Now what will you do? And here you will place a battery, or here you no need to place battery, because you see that this current source is deactivated. That means now this dependent source has no connection with this circuit. This dependent source has no connection with this circuit. So if this dependent source has no any connection with this circuit, then the equivalent resistance will be what? This 5 ohm and this 5 ohm are connected in parallel. These two 5 ohm resistances are connected in parallel. So RAB will be equal to 2.5 ohm. RAB will be equal to 2.5 ohm. RAB will be equal to 2.5 ohm. Clear? RAB will be equal to 2.5 ohm. Next, see this is very important question. Clear? You have to find R effective. You have to find R effective from this terminal. R effective. So let us see how to find. Let us see how to find. The first step is you have to deactivate the independent source. You have to deactivate the independent source. So we will deactivate this independent source and we will connect a V volt battery. We will connect a V volt battery. We will connect a V volt battery. Current coming out from the battery will be I. Once there is, since a change has been made in this circuit, so the VA will become equal to VA dash. VA will be replaced by VA dash. Now what will you see? Since I have connected this battery because of dependent source. Now what you have to do? Look at the magnitude of dependent source. Look at the branch. Look at the branch. So here it is branch where it depends. Where it depends. Where it depends. So now we have to find the relation between voltage and current. Now here you will have to apply Ohm's law. When you apply Ohm's law, what do you see? When you apply Ohm's law, what do you see? And here what will happen? This independent source will also be deactivated. This independent source will also be deactivated. So once this independent source will be deactivated, once this independent source will be deactivated, then what will happen? Then what will happen? You will see that now if you apply Ohm's law, then you don't know the current through this branch. You don't know the current through this branch. Then do one more thing. This is voltage V. This is voltage V. This is ground terminal. So potential of this point will also be equal to V. Potential of this point will also be equal to V. Potential of this point will also be equal to V. Clear? So next apply Ohm's law. That means here the potential is V. Apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. Here it will be starting from minus terminal, minus VA dash minus 2 VA dash plus V equal to 0 plus V equal to 0. From here you know that 3 VA dash is equal to V. So VA dash will be equal to V by 3. VA dash is now equal to V by 3. Next, see one thing. Now you will have to relate current with this voltage. Now how will you relate current? To relate the current, you know the potential of this terminal is V. Current coming up into this node is I. So we can apply Kirchhoff's current law here. We can apply Kirchhoff's current law here. How will you apply Kirchhoff's current law? Here branch voltage is V. Current will be V by 2. This current is I. Now you will be confused that what will the value of this current? See, this is the voltage drop plus minus VA dash. If this is the voltage drop VA dash, 2 ohm resistor is there. That means current through this 2 ohm resistor will be how much? VA dash divided by 2. Current through this 2 ohm resistor will be nothing but VA dash by 2. So we got all these three currents. Let us see. Here 2 are outgoing branch, 1 is incoming. So incoming will be equal to outgoing. So V by 2 plus VA dash by 2. Now I is equal to V by 2 plus I equal to V by 2 plus here VA dash by 2 means VA dash is nothing but V by 3. So here it will be V by 6. From here I is equal to 6, 3 plus 3V plus V, that means 4V by 6. That means V by I will be equal to 6 by 4, that means 3 by 2, that means 1.5 ohm. That means 1.5 ohm will be the correct answer. 1.5 ohm will be the correct answer. Clear? So this is the solution of this question. This is the solution of this question. Next, come to next case. Let us take another case. case 4, dependent source only, dependent sources only. So if only dependent sources are present, then what will have to do? Again, in the previous case, what you are doing? In the previous case, independent sources were present. So first you have to deactivate the independent source. So now here independent sources are not present, so no need to deactivate independent source. You have to simply do what? Simply what will you do? You will place V volt battery across the terminal, and next step will be by circuit analysis find V by I. By circuit analysis you have to find V by I. You have to find V by I. Clear? So let's do one problem on this topic. Let us do one problem. The question is, this is terminal A and B. This current is IB. This current is IB. Clear? So now you have to find the equivalent resistance between A and B. You have to find equivalent resistance between A and B. So let us see how will you find. How will you find? You will replace what? You will connect a battery here. You will connect a battery here, V volt battery. Current coming out from this battery will be I. Current coming out from this battery will be I. What is the next step? Look at the magnitude of dependent source, and once you connect the battery, then IB will become equal to IB dash. IB will become equal to IB dash. Now what will happen? Look at the magnitude of dependent source. Identify the branch upon which the dependent source depends. The magnitude of dependent source depends. Apply Ohm's law in this branch. So how will you apply Ohm's law? You know this potential is V volt, this is ground, this is ground. So this potential will also be equal to V volt. This potential will also be equal to V volt. This potential will also be equal to V volt. So when this potential is equal to V volt, that means you see that two resistors are connected here. These two resistors are connected here. So you can replace these two resistors by a single resistor. These two resistors can be replaced by a single resistor. 1K plus 9K, it will become 10K. The direction of current is this one. Clear? So now if you find the value of this current, total voltage is V plus minus V. The current is IB dash. So IB dash will be equal to what? Now see one thing. If the direction of current was downward, then you can write IB equal to V by 10K. But here the current direction is opposite. Suppose if you are having a resistance like this one, now somebody is saying this is V, then what will be the direction of current? Current will be from positive to negative terminal. But here you see that current is from negative to positive terminal. That means here the voltage will be minus V. The voltage will be minus V. So here it will be minus V divided by 10K. So we got IB dash, it is equal to minus V divided by 10K. Suppose this node is A. So apply Kirchhoff's current law at this node. How many branches are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the incoming current is 99 IB dash plus another incoming current is I plus, and here you see that this IB is also incoming current plus IB dash will be equal to outgoing current. So outgoing current is what? V minus 0 divided by 100. V minus 0 divided by 100. So from here it will equal to 100 IB dash 100 IB dash plus I is equal to V by 100. 100 IB dash plus I is equal to V by 100. Now instead of IB dash we'll write minus V divided by 10k. 10k means 10,000 into 100 plus I is equal to V by 100. So here it will be minus V by 100 plus I equal to V by 100. So you can write I equal to 2V by 100. That means V by 50. So you can write V by I is equal to 50 ohm. V by I is equal to 50 ohm. This question was very important, and you see how beautifully he solved this question. So this is all about how to find resistances, that means the equivalent resistance or equivalent impedance of any type of network. So once you cover this part, you need to practice more problems based on this topic. So once you cover these parts, then the network theorems will become very easy for you, because once we start from superposition, Thevenin's, Norton's, maximum power transfer theorems, so everywhere you'll have to find equivalent resistance. So this lecture will be very useful for you.